right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to our second to last matchup of the night. And oh boy, we are in for a good one here as we're finally into the Novice League. We haven't seen much action from them this season, but they've been giving us some playoff bangers, and we're ready to be back here as Diffusion gonna take on the Gorgons. I'm Rockerman back in the booth once more, joined by Mr. Mallow. Mallow, how are you feeling tonight?
Oh man, I'm doing good, Rocker man. After Monday night, crazy games. We've seen some today. The first game starting off strong with that game seven, unbelievable, almost 8 game overtime pretty much at that point. But now we're going down here into the Novice League, and we got two good matchups to end this night. And this Diffusion Gorgons, it's gonna be fun.
It's going to be a good one. I'm going to quickly bring up the bracket here onto stream here so everyone can kind of follow along with us. But Mallow, this is the first of the two semifinals. You mentioned we got them back to back here in the Novice League.
Yeah, we do, and right now we're looking at as you guys touched on it previously with Jaeger's last number one seed in the entire Nemesis playoffs in all leagues. Diffusion taking on the Gorgons here, and then after this matchup will be the Pawns and Spitfires, which is going to be another fantastic matchup. Diffusion, they coming in with the number one seed, they didn't have the play-ins to work with. The Gorgons did. They had to face the Kiwis in a 4-2 banger with the Kiwis losing that one, and then it's been a wild series and or wild playoffs overall just because of the full reset has made things absolutely crazy. So now the pressure's on Diffusion to keep that streak alive with the number one
Yeah.
seed going to the grand finals.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about here. We've had 10 seasons of Nemesis. Now this is the 11th. Every single season, at least in one of the leagues, one of the six leagues has had a one seed in the grand finals. This season, there are none in the top four leagues. It's all down to the novices. Mallow, I want to get the prediction out of you. Do you think they can do it? Can Diffusion ride for the hopes of one seeds everywhere? Or will the Gorgons pull off a little bit of the upset?
I'm telling you, Gorgons are going to make it tough one way or the other. They are a really good team, but um, I actually believe Diffusion will be able to do this. I think it's going to go to a game seven. Diffusion may go down early, but they're going to claw their way back into it if they go down early. But they're going to win it 4-3.
All right, well, we're going to have to see if they can do it. They've been a great force in the Novice League in this season 11, taking that one seed and trying to advance here on into the grand finals. And we're getting things underway. Diffusion in the home brown tonight with Div, Ghost Bacon, and Silver J. And then the Gorgons in the green tonight with Ace, Skinny Legend, and Yosoi Reckless. And Mallow, as we get into this game number one of this best of seven, who are the players to watch out for on the pitch?
Oh man, Diffusion, their entire team is real good, but to me, I think you got to look out for Div. Div, I think, is going to be their biggest player, their biggest playmaker on the Diffusion team. Ghost Bacon is always going to be that helpful second, and then Silver J going to try and get the first score here, and he does. But he's going to be the one that's going to basically clean everything up, try to keep everything in front of the Diffusion team, make sure everything doesn't go in. And then for the Gorgons here, I think the biggest person you're going to have to watch out for there is going to be Skinny Legend. Skinny Legend is, I believe, a new person to the league. He hasn't been at least that well known as far as I'm aware. I believe this is his first season. You might be able to correct me on that, Rockerman. But yeah, I think Skinny Legend's going to be the dark horse in the Gorgon side.
Well, and there's the one who's not a dark horse, but a well-known name. It's Ace going to start the scoring off for the Gorgons.
Yeah, able to beat Ghost Bacon there with little boost, and it just goes to show that the novices are learning. You don't have to have full boost now to actually go up for stuff, which is good. Because that's always a big mistake that a lot of novice players do is they try to go for full boost first before they go for the ball. Ace making use of his boost there and tying this ball game up.
A nice little play right there by him. Player who's not not a stranger to the big moment and to play or to perform in the playoffs. I believe it was on Wolfpack when they made that grand finals run a couple seasons ago. Well, actually, the first season of Provisional League, I believe, in season 8, with Wolfpack winning it all over the Jesters. And he was definitely a big part of that one. And I start the scoring off here for his team as Gorgons looking to get out of the midfield. The flip reset coming down there, trying to get out of the midfield, but just going to be blocked off here. It's Diffusion looking to break free. Reckless in midfield. Div taking this one up high. The ball is floating dangerously, but a nice in and out save. Ace. Good idea there, but the shot coming through. Yo, sorry, Reckless going to make the touch as they were trying to get it through, but not quite going to find it there. As this one could be an opportunity. Looking for a touch there, popping over the defense. It's Ghost Bacon to send it in.
Oh man, Ace making a touch that I'm not sure what he was trying to do there, and Ace just setting up Ghost Bacon. Ghost Bacon said, "Thank you very much. I will go ahead and make this a 2-1 lead for us." And they got about halfway over, so it's definitely not over for the Gorgons here in Game 1.
Yeah, definitely not there. Is a little bit of an awkward kickoff there from Diffusion. Gonna allow the Gorgons a quick early pressure here as this ball floating up. Reckless and Ace both gonna jump for that one a little bit slow. Ghost Bacon able to send it in as this one floating back to the midfield. Ace trying to get to, but Div is flying through the air and sending it in.
Wow. And, I was trying to see what everyone's boost was there, and Ace just didn't have any. I'm not sure if someone on Diffusion took that, but here we are. Div scoring, and now Diffusion up 3-1 here in this Game 1 with about 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, big start for Diffusion as they're going to look to take the early lead and trying to a little show out here for them as Silver J going to find the angle, going to place it top bins.
Silver J just snuck that one in, that little pop with the front there, and it just got some power to it, actually. Surprising power, and I don't think Reckless was expecting that speed.
Yeah, Reckless not quite ready for that one, and Fusion continuing on with their good early pressure here as they're looking for maybe another one. This ball floating. Reckless got to make a touch. He's able to get it away. That's Fusion looking to keep that one back in. The ball off to the side, falling on that one. But that one's still going to be sent into the Diffusion zone regardless. Skinny going to push it across there. Ghost Bacon going to give chase to it as the ball pops up. Ghost Bacon bending it down, pushing it towards the net. Reckless. He's going to find one, a shot. Going to fire it through. Double comes out. Super J going to come through, capitalize, finding another goal to his name.
And if this Game 1 is any indication right now for Diffusion on how this series is going to go, I think the streak will be fine and dandy, Rocker Man. We'll see. But right now, still plenty of game to play. Still plenty game in this series to play. I would say that this Game 1 is probably in the bag now, but we'll see what happens here in the next 30 seconds. But let's see if the Gorgons can at least try to score something.
And the Gorgons and Diffusion, they split the season series with the Gorgons actually winning in a sweep in their last matchup. So Diffusion maybe took that a little personally and started out strong as a big miss comes through. Ace and take control there, trying to send it off to the side, looking to get up with it. They're gonna pinch it down and try to find something, but this one's sent back down. Reckless to get up to that ball. He does. This one floating in the midfield. No one quite wanted to challenge it. Ace gonna come through, throwing this one off the backboard. Skinny Legend trying to drop it in, but a nice save gonna come through by Div. As Ghost Bacon gonna take control, gonna find the 50 underneath. Smart play by him. But Ace is gonna pick it up. And with 30 seconds remaining, looks like Diffusion should be able to hold on. A flip reset gonna come through, a big flip reset from Skinny Legend, able to get it away. And now as we're down to the final 30 seconds remaining here, it looks like it's all but a formality here. It looks like Diffusion Mallow is going to come through and take the Game 1 pretty handily.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be the case. And like I was saying, if this is any indication of this series, like you said before, they got swept last time they played. Probably took it a little personal. So You know, they want to look and do that here in the semifinals. You know, for content for us, we don't want that, but you know, for Diffusion, they want to make a statement, especially as the #1 seed here, to showcase why they are the #1 seed. But Diffusion winning game 1 here, uh, Silver J with a hat trick.
Yeah, impressive performance here in game #1 by Diffusion. 11 shots to 5, and then Mello, once they kind of got that lead, they just parked the bus down there and said, you know what, we're just gonna take this one. We're just gonna hold on, and we'll let the series keep rolling.
Yep, and you know, one of the things that you'll see there too is that Diffusion demos are 0. Gorgons, I believe, had 3. That's something that Diffusion does quite a bit. They don't really demo a lot. They just outposition you, outpace you on the field and on the pitch, and so that's what the Gorgons need to watch out for here is their speed and their rotations. What I would do if I were the Gorgons is start passing it across the field, start getting it away from the Diffusion team, and try and make some plays that way. You got some mechanical players in Ace and Reckless, Ace and Legend, Skinny Legend. We haven't seen too much of Reckless yet, and so I think that's who we need to see step up here in game 2 to make this a complete team play here for the Gorgons.
Yeah, no, I think we did see Skinny Legend get a little bit of a flip reset in the last game, so he's got the mechanics for sure, and we got a little bit of mechanics in Novice League. You can find some plays there for sure. Is this one pinched out? Ace sending that one down, but Silver J gonna push it back in, trying to stay with this one. This one gonna be pinched way across the net there. Dim gonna connect, finding control here, dropping it down. Reckless gonna send this out. Ghost Bacon gonna find a touch, gonna put it by one. Skinny Legend is there, but a 50 by Ghost. He's gonna keep it in. It's Ace trying to send it out. Ghost Bacon still there, banging it high off the backboard. Dangerous ball. Silver J couldn't quite get it down off the post there. As that one gonna be pushed away. Skinny now. Where's the backboard? Oh my goodness, he's trying to find the touch there. The follow-up Ace is coming through, but they're not quite able to get it in. Is this ball still floating dangerously? Ace is trying to keep it around. Diffusion panicking, trying to get it out there, but not quite gonna be able to do just that as it's in the midfield once more. Trying to drop it down. A big demo is gonna erase some space, but now the Gorgons are definitely on the attack here early.
Oh yeah, they are, and this is exactly what I fully expected from the Gorgons. I guess maybe they used a game 1 as kind of a warm-up, or maybe they had some jitters. I'm not sure, but you know, we've seen that quite a bit, Rockerman, in these playoffs and play-ins this season, and really previous seasons too, where the game 1 is kind of a filler, if you will, for at least one team, as we were seeing from the Gorgons since they have picked it up now.
Yeah, they've been able to find a little bit of pace here, catching Diffusion back, and I didn't really like the Diffusion kind of ended that game waiting in the net, trying to let the clock run out, because you just put yourselves in a passive position here, and now you see it at the start of this game #2. Gorgons are really starting to pick up the pace as Skinny Legend trying to get to that one backwards. We're not going to be able to as Reckless bumped out of the way. Ace is going to wipe one off the pitch there. He's trying to find a touch, but it's going to be banged back down into Gorgon zone as we stay tied at 0-0. No goals to be scored yet in game #2. This one dropping down. Reckless gonna get it by 1. The ball gonna pop up. Opportunity here. Ace gonna take it up, but denied by Ghost Bacon. The ball coming down. Ghost Bacon trying to fall into it, but he can't find it. No one for the Gorgons. Quit jumping Div. A great shot on net, but not gonna go as this one sent out. Opportunity if they can beat the last defender, but they can't. Silver J has a turn. Reckless is there and awaiting, and a couple of big opportunities now, Mallow, as we're down to 2 minutes remaining from both these teams, and they're making some good saves.
Yeah, they are. They really are. Diffusion with 2 saves here. They've only had 1 shot, and it got saved by Skinny Legend. And then the Gorgons, they got 4 shots. So the Gorgons definitely putting on more of the offensive pressure here. But, you know, like I said before, their Diffusion's not real. Oh, what a shot there by Skinny Legend. That's exactly what I was talking about before. And finally, Reckless starting to make some noise here. That's what you want to see if you're a Gorgons fan. Now you got everybody on the Gorgons putting in some work.
Yeah, and that's one of those ones, reminds you of a training pack shot right there. The ball rolling on the ground at a fast speed, and you just got to hit it in. And good on Skinny Legend to find that one. Not an easy angle, especially with the pressure there, as Ace with a massive demo able to wipe out the shooter. No shot coming. So he's going to cut it down. And now Diffusion. Gonna try to find their way back in this one. 1:20 remaining here. They're gonna find a demo of their own. Div is hunting. He's looking, but oh no, the spawn comes in reckless out of nowhere.
Wow. Yeah, that was definitely out of nowhere. I know he was. I know he said something on the comms about that one. Because good lord, that's just unfortunate if you're Diffusion there. But oh my goodness, an ace almost getting that shot in, and Gorgons, they've picked up the pace big time here in game 2.
Yeah, they really have, and that shot almost another one into the back of the net. It was Ace on the redirect attempt that time. Is this one popping up? Here comes Skinny Legend. Look for the shot, can't find it. Reckless versus Ghostfake, and this one just gonna go a little bit wide. Div is gonna send it down. Ace, not quite the touch. He's looking for Skinny. Gonna cut that one off as we're down to the final 30 seconds here. This is game number 2. This one off the backboard. Ace trying to fire it up high. This one dropping down, and Reckless gonna put it in. He sends it home, and the Gorgons looking poised to tie this series up.
That was a good pass by Ace. Hit that ball hard, and Reckless able to get up to it. Silver J, kind of in a bit of a panic, just kind of jumped up instead of trying to go for the ball there, and because it was pretty close. But I know he didn't know where the defender was. I will say one thing that we saw here in Game 2, Rockerman, that we didn't see a lot in, well, at all, in Game 1 was the Diffusion demos. They did demo quite a bit this time because of the pressure that the Gorgons were doing, and they tried to disrupt it, but it actually didn't work for them this time.
Oh, as Skinny Legend gonna find one for the road there, as it's 3-0, and that's gonna be a big win there. But yeah, the demos, they did come out there from Diffusion, and going back to that game 1 Mallow, Diffusion, they had all the pressure, and then for me, I think their big mistake is they just kind of sat back in the last like minute or so of that game. Gorgons didn't get too much pressure out of it in game 1, but you see the carryover into game 2 with the Gorgons win, able to keep that pressure up, and you see it in the shot department. Only one shot for Diffusion, so they were just almost completely shut out from even getting an offensive attack.
Yeah, they were, and Gorgons started to do what I was mentioning that they needed to do, which was pass the ball, keep the ball close, pass it, get it to your teammates there. And Reckless showed up in a big way that game 2, which is what I wanted to see. It's what they needed, because Reckless is a great addition, a great player for this team, and he showed that time why he is. And yeah, for Diffusion, I'm with you on that. I think the end game passiveness kind of transitioned into game 2, and now they just need to start picking it up again.
Yeah, they will need to start picking it up again, and we're gonna have to see if they can do it. As we're gonna be heading to game number 3 here. Pressure on the line. Who is gonna come through with a big win on this one? We're gonna have to find out as we will get on into this one here. Game number 3, 1 apiece here. The Novice League semifinals. As Mallow, what do you need to see from Diffusion to get a little more offense pushed out on their side to try to bring things back?
I would say one thing they need to do, kind of what I just talked about for Gorgons, what they did, keep the ball close to you. Try to keep that ball in the air, because while the Gorgons are mechanical and such, they don't seem to know what to do sometimes when the ball is in the air. So they just, is that okay? Div was able to get back to that for that save, but yeah, they just need to pick up that pace, get that ball to each other, and I would say maybe even try to avoid the demos, because I felt like maybe the demos was actually costing them more than it was helping.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you can try to change your playstyle up more than you want to, and more than you need to, really. Maybe Diffusion hunting for those demos, letting the Gorgons get all that pressure. Could hurt them there. Is this one gonna be shot towards net? Div just gonna be off the post. Ghostfake taking control, taking to the air, trying to drop it down, but just a little bit wide. Is that one denied away? But a great opportunity in the space that was given. They can't quite capitalize. This one sent down. Ghostfake is up for it, able to keep it back in. Towards the net here. This one dropping down, floating. Silver J not quite be able to get to that one. This one set back down. Silver not going to make the turn forward. Ace going to take it up. No boost to his name. The Skinny is going to bang it down. Div waiting all the way back for this one. As this one pushed out. Ghost Bacon trying to fire it in. Follow with that. Oh my goodness, he's going to fall on the ball there and put it in.
And that is exactly what I was just talking about, Rocker Man. Keep that ball in the air, keep that ball moving, and keep it close. That's exactly what Ghost Bacon did there. And the Gorgons, they just did not know what to do with that.
Yeah, they did not know what to do with that. Not expecting Ghost Bacon to come falling from the heavens and put that one in the back of the net, but a great shot by him. Really trying to get some momentum back for his team, who really lost it in that game number 2. They're going to find one there. And this one sent down. Ghost Bacon himself trying to get back to that one. He does just in time, as that was a dangerous attack. The Skinny Legend trying to get to it. The ball dropping down. Div. Going to send it to the corner. Skinny Legend to find that bump in the corner. It's Gorgons on the attack. Silver J. A little bit awkward there. Dangerous ball, but not going to be sent on target by Ace. This one drops down. And Ghost Bacon going to find it. And we got a little bit of a rule 1 right here. It looks like Skinny Legend and Silver J on the 1v1. So we got a momentary 2v2 Mallow on this one.
Yeah, and that's not the one that you would want the 1v1 to be with, if you ask me. You want that one of those mechanical players to be available, and especially in a 2v2, and putting Skinny Legend in a 1v1 is not going to help your team, but who knows, maybe I'm wrong. I don't really know these guys in 2s, so maybe their style is completely different, and we'll see one of these teams score quickly here.
Yeah, we'll have to see here, as Div and Ghost Bacon have proven to be mechanical, but will that mechanical play style lead to a goal here? I mean, all they have to do really is park the bus a little bit. Gorgons are the ones that are trying to find something here. As a bump attempt going to come through. Maybe an opportunity to turn. Ghost Bacon going to send it down towards the net. It's a dangerous ball. He can't get back, and Div is going to send it in.
I'm not sure why they were watching that ball there by the Gorgons, but you know they did, and unfortunately it did cost them there. Now the Diffusion team, they're up 2-0, a minute and 40 remaining. The Gorgons need to score quickly if they want to try and keep themselves in this game, and I think
they almost had one there, Mallow, but not quite meant to be there. Diffusion gonna get back to denial on defense. This one sent into their corner. Skinny gonna opt to leave that one for his teammate. It's a demo gonna come through. Ball drop down. Nice little pass, but Ghost Bacon all over that one. The Silver J sending it towards the backboard. Is dangerous ball. Can't find the touch. The ball floating in the midfield. A couple misses. Gonna come through. Still seeing some novice moments coming out there as Ace is gonna send it back in. Redirect. Not gonna come this time. As the ball out of the midfield. Reckless to find it. Ball 50 down. A minute remaining. The Gorgons trying to find 2 goals here. Skinny in the corner, gonna snag the boost. Gonna find the ball, though. Is a double commit. Comes through from the Gorgons. This one, opportunity, nice little flick through. But Div, but he would turn it back on as the time is ticking down. Mel, only 40 seconds remaining. The Gorgons gotta somehow, some way find 2. And make it 3.
Now it's 3.
Yeah.
Now it's 3, Rockerman. But yeah, no, they do, and that might actually be the dagger there. The Gorgons need to score here on the kickoff to have any sort of chance, in my opinion, for this game 3. So we'll see what they can do here, but Diffusion leading this game 3-0 with 30 seconds remaining.
Diffusion can poise and retake their series lead here. Down to the final 30 seconds. Ball 50 to cross. Control from Ghost Bacon. Looking for something. Gonna find a flick. He's actually gonna get 2 for 1, but Ace is gonna get back for it. 2 for 1 special was not quite able to be cashed out. There's that one. Now sent back in, and regardless though, Diffusion gonna hold on and find this win, and a good performance from them, Mello, to bounce back. And these 2 teams right now in this Novice League, they're finding ways to trade some blows.
Yeah, they are, and Diffusion woke up that time. They finally transitioned out of that passive gameplay that they were in the other one, because 12 shots in this one, Rockerman, as opposed to 1 shot that they had last game. So I think it's a little bit of a difference in the shot count. Gorgons had 3 shots, 4 saves though, so they had some good defense. There was just too much offense from the Diffusion team. Both sides only going for one demo here, so um, not what we've seen in the past, or at least throughout this entire playoff series so far, as like tonight is concerned, is the demos. Not a lot of it going on here, and I think for the most part with these two teams, I think that's the better choice for them.
Yeah, no, I think they're both finding their own play styles here, and they're finding what works for them. And right now, Diffusion find themselves in the lead as we're gonna head to game number 4. And I mentioned in the last series, Mallow, but this is such a pivotal game for both these teams to win.
Yeah, it really is. It's I won't say it's the thing that'll guarantee a win, but it's going to definitely put you in the driver's seat here. If you're Diffusion for, your grand finals appearance and being the only #1 seed, but Gorgons here, they can deny that. They can make sure that they are saying that we can still trade blows with you. So we'll see what happens here, but yeah, this is especially critical for the Gorgons.
Yeah, I would say so. This is the difference between a 3-1 series lead for Diffusion and a 2-2 tied series in this one. So Gorgons definitely going to be firing on all cylinders, trying to come out and find the win in this game. Is this one going to be sent in? It's the Skinny Legend going to put it in.
Skinny Legend just caught Diffusion just kind of lollygagging in front of their goal there, and there's some of that passiveness again there. I know it's sometimes difficult as a fellow novice player too to just jump up for that to try and turn your car around and block it, but it's easier said than done sometimes when you're under pressure like that. So good shot there by Skinny Legend, good placement, and the Gorgons are up early in this one.
The Gorgons able to take an early lead, and both these teams looking to trade their blows like we mentioned here. And this time the Gorgons finding that lead here, looking to make something happen. This one can be sent a long way. A big opportunity, a big miss comes through. Reckless though, he's able to get back to it and send it away. As this one floating, but not quite gonna find its way on target, but still a dangerous ball on this one. As Ace gonna find his way to touch that one. The ball's still floating in the midfield, and I feel like Mello, there's a lot of times, I guess it is Novice after all, but I feel like there's a lot of midfield space that could be grabbed here by both these teams. A big save is gonna come in.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of hesitation, especially on the defensive side that we're seeing here from both of these squads. So very interesting to see that. I know me personally, I would attempt to go for that or think about it. Got to have someone going for that ball to challenge that, because you don't want to give anyone all day for that, especially some of these players here in this lobby, because some of them do have some really good mechanics, so you don't want to give them all the time in the world to do their thing.
Yeah, definitely can't give the space to the mechanical players. They're, it can be few and far in between sometimes in Novice, but mechanics can make a difference. And the double commits can make an even bigger difference, as that one is forced to be saved away by Reckless. But a shot coming in, Ace. Oh my goodness, he's panicking.
What?
But he's gonna get it away. The shot again, it's gonna be denied. And Gorgons, Mallow somehow, some way do not get scored on yet.
Oh, I don't know how they managed to do that, but great defense there by the Gorgons. And now they're on the offense as Ace is able to get that goal off of the top of, I don't know who that was. I think it was Div getting that ball in. And oh my goodness, Gorgons rolling here in game number 4, 2-0 with 2 minutes and 7 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think they understand the importance of this game 4 and that big dunk there top of Div's head. So a great play by the Gorgons as they somehow survive not getting scored on, and then they turn it into a counterattack of their own. So very impressive goal by them to give them the 2-0 lead here. Crucial 2-0 lead here as they're trying to tie this series up at 2 apiece. Give us a confirmed Forbidden Temple, which we always love to see. Is this ball dropping down, gonna pop up now. Div gonna find a touch there in the Gorgon zone, but Skinny Legend gonna be erased for his efforts. Silver J, this one pops up, gonna hit the ceiling though. Allow Reckless to find a touch. Div push it over the top of him. Skinny Legend to the corner, grabbing the boost, gonna find a nice clear, but Diffusion waiting, ghost faking, flicking, sending it towards the net, trying to find Ace there, but not quite gonna be able to send that one in. As they're again on the attack, a big miss comes through. That one, the Ghost Bacon not wanting to challenge quite yet, waiting for his team to get back there. But Diffusion, Mallow, gotta get going. And oh my goodness, they are finding the dunks. Reckless on another player's head. It's Dim again.
Yeah, Reckless going recklessly for that ball there, but it was a good challenge there. Good dunk by Reckless, and 3-0 here late in this game 4. And if Diffusion doesn't score here soon, I would say that that's probably going to be game 4.
It was that one almost went back the other way. But yeah, Gorgons finding some big dunks. And unfortunately for Div, he's been the recipient on 2 of them. Is this one floating in the midfield? Big danger there. But Gorgons maybe channeling their game 1 Diffusion. Just playing patient, let them make some mistakes. And you know, that's something we don't see a lot too often here, Mallow, I would say, in the lower leagues, is sometimes you just gotta let the opponents make the mistake and then counter on it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sometimes having patience is a godsend here in Novice, and we've seen that with Ace a couple of times where he just took his time for the ball, even in front of the goal, which would be extremely dangerous in any other league. But with Novice, it's actually okay to do it sometimes, and so you know, if they're calming that, saying, "Hey, you got some time, take your time," you know, no one's challenging you, then you know you'll see players leave it in front of the goal like that in all leagues, really, but especially in Novice.
Yeah, and Gorgons gonna find their way with a big win. And Mallow, I mean, this might be the most back and forth series we've seen all night, as these 2 teams have just gone back and forth and back and forth, and we got ourselves a 2-2 series here in the semifinals.
Yeah, we do. Now the question is, they're going back and forth. So, you know, history would say that Diffusion will get game 7 here, but you know, we don't know what's going to happen because, like you said, we got guaranteed Forbidden Temple now, and so 5 demos from Diffusion there, 4 from Gorgons. I don't know what they're thinking with the demos because it's random on when they decide to do it, and when they do it, they go all out. So Diffusion, though, like I said before, their demos, I saw a couple that definitely were not meaningful at all. So I'm not quite sure what they're trying to do with some of their demos, but right now they just need to do what they were doing in previous games, which is just keep that ball close, do what I was mentioning Gorgons should do against them. Do it to the Gorgons. Send that ball across the field. Keep it in the air. We've seen how many misses have happened this entire series. So if you can get that pass across like that, you'll get 1 or 2 people to jump at that, and you should be able to have a pretty open goal, or at least a much easier potential goal.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to see, Mr. Mallow, as we are into game number 5. Will the streak continue? Diffusion and Gorgons have traded games. Diffusion taking game 1 and game 3. Gorgons taking 2 and 4. And now we're into game number 5. No team opted for the timeout because they are ready to get firing here, as their hopes of a grand finals berth are on the line. Gorgons seeking their first ever grand finals berth. Diffusion looking to get back the grand finals for their first time since season number 9, when they won it all. The first ever championship for the Deviation org, and Silver J looking to propel his team back that way.
Yeah, early goal here, Silver J, good speed there. That's the type of thing you want to see if you're a Diffusion fan. So that speed picking back up, that's where they are best, mechanical and speed. And we saw it there as Silver J was able to score it, making it 1-0.
Yeah, big goal for the momentum here of Diffusion. Is that one almost sent to his own net there? Reckless able to get the touch. It was dangerous, but it was able to be cleared away. Now this one dropping back down, a big demo in the midfield. Reckless can't find that touch. Silver J gonna throw that one off the wall, looking for a bump there, but not gonna find it. It's a big miss, comes out, could be an opportunity. Reckless gonna fire it in. Goose Bacon gonna make the touch. Now some control. Little flick gonna come through, but not gonna go too far. Ace and Skinny trying to get to that one. The ball is up there off the backboard. They're trying to push it in. The Gorgons are looking on the attack. Reckless coming through, gonna 50 out 3 of them. Here comes Ace to send it in. He bangs it home over time.
Oh man, see that's what I'm talking about right there. You get that ball in the air, you're gonna get multiple people going up for it, and so because of that, Ghost Bacon was the only one back for defense there, and still wasn't anywhere near the ball because he didn't have the momentum. And now we're tied up here with 3:43 remaining. Well, we were tied up.
We were tied up. And before Mr. Reckless comes back in, a great one off the kickoff, and it's just gonna fly all the way in. And you know, well, sometimes
He had a little bit of help.
a little bit of help. Sometimes you get a little bit of help there, Mallow, on those ones. Then, well, the Gorgons are gonna try to break the streak here, Mallow, of the trading of the games here. And I mean, that's a good one to give him some help.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, one of the things that I just thought about as part of this, you know, whole full reset, if I'm not mistaken, Rocker Man, we also got like 5 new GMs this season, correct? And I believe the Deviation org was one of those new ones.
Yeah, with Street Soul as the GM here, definitely done a great job in this org to give himself a championship contending team with, you know, with Diffusion here, 11-3 regular season record. Definitely one of the best. He had Distortion as well, who was a 1 seed. So some great plays and some great saves by those Diffusion members right there to get him away. But he's gonna need his boys to come back here and find a way to get some offense because they find themselves down by 1 goal here as we're approaching the halfway point in Game 5. The Gorgons looking to put themselves 1 win away, a match point, 1 win away from the grand finals. Now Ace gonna send this one up high, gonna be pushed across. Silver J gonna find a touch the ball, popping up high, Ghost Bacon, good speed, able to clear it away. Good, Reckless, a little bit awkward off the backboard, could be an opportunity, but not gonna find that one. But they do force 2 Gorgons defenders to commit. Is this one undone? Oh my goodness, Silver J, the big body Dominus coming in to tie things up.
You know, sometimes a novice, that's what you just need to do. Throw your car at it. And Silver J did just that. And that ball just kept bouncing off of his car and just went right into the goal. And, you know, that's what I was mentioning earlier, Rocker Man, is sometimes you hesitate to you know, throw your car at the ball. But offense or defense, you do it sometimes, and it can result in a positive thing like that goal right there.
Yeah, it does. It does turn your way. Sometimes just put yourself in the position. Just put yourself in the right spot, and good things can happen there. Like we saw with Silver J right there. Able to get that dunk, able to get that goal, able to tie things up here in Game 5. Skinny Legend going for the musty, trying to drop it down, forcing 2 defenders to commit there. A third one goes, but it's going to be denied away. Getting battled back by Ghost Bacon. Able to get it as this one once more coming back in the Diffusion end. It can be pushed out. A big miss though. Comes through, it's just Ace. Gotta watch out, this one off the backboard. Dangerous ball. Here comes Silver J with the Hattie.
That was good play there by Div. See if you could force Ace to jump for it, and he kind of did, but he was also avoiding the bump and/or demo there. That's a tough one to defend because it doesn't matter what league you're in. You're gonna see that defender, or sorry, that person charge you after that. Now, the only thing that you could say maybe Ace could have done a little bit better would have been be further back, but you know that's all in hindsight now. But here we are, Diffusion getting the lead back here with about 1 minute and 15 seconds.
And Diffusion trying to win another odd numbered game in this series. Skinny Legend trying to find that Silver J. Gonna get a touch. This one pushing towards the net, trying to find a way in. Ghost Bacon though denies it away there. Not allowing Ace to push it through as a big demo comes in. Silver J found a demo, looking for more. This one sent in Ace. Gonna push it off as we're under 1 minute remaining here in this game. Number 5 Diffusion looking to take the series lead, put themselves 1 win away from going back to the grand finals. This one sent down, dropping. Ball gonna be pushed to the corner here. Looking to try to send it in the midfield. Not gonna find that touch. Skinny Legend not gonna get it. This one's sent down. It could be a dangerous ball. They could find one more. This one, big mistouch, but it's not gonna go in, and it's denied away. And now, wait a minute, the Gorgons might have an attack here. 30 seconds now. That ball is gonna go by 1. Reckless, no boost. Skinny off the corner. Ball dropping down, but Ghost Bacon on the denial. Able to shut it down. Is this one fired towards the net? Oh my goodness, Div! What a save by Div to deny it away. That one almost went in. And now Gorgons, they're still on the attack. Ace trying to come through. Ball in the corner now. Reckless trying to drop it here. The seconds ticking down to Gorgons. Can they put one in? Can they force OT? Ace popping it up. It's a dangerous ball off the backboard. Trying to find it, but they can't. And Diffusion, thrilling end to that game 5. Gonna put themselves 1 win away from the grand finals.
Oh man, I think that was definitely the most exciting game out of the entire series so far. There, wow, 12 shots by the Gorgons, 8 shots by Diffusion, 9 saves from Diffusion there. Insane amount of saves. That defense of Diffusion was clutch there, and that I would say that it was a big reason why they got that game 5 victory there. But Rocker, man, we're about to head to Forbidden Temple, and will Diffusion break the curse of the back and forth, or are the Gorgons going to win Game 6 here?
That is what we're going to have to determine here, as it looks like no timeouts going to be opted to be used here. I mean, in such a back and forth series, sometimes you don't even need the timeouts. You just keep playing with how close it's been. And the Gorgons, they did have that game, or those even games to do it. But yeah, Mel, this is Forbidden Temple. This is the Novice League on Forbidden Temple. So we're surely bound to see some chaos. And the Gorgons going to need some of that chaos to go their way if they're going to want to force a Game 7.
Absolutely, and if you're a Gorgons fan, you want to see Ace, you want to see Skinny Legend pick it up here, get Reckless mix back into it again, get him to send that ball down the field, pass it to one of these guys, and let them do their thing, and then demo like what Reckless is doing now. That will also help if it can turn into a goal.
You're gonna have to try to find something here, whatever it may be, whoever you gotta rely on right here. If you're the Gorgons, you gotta try to find it, as the pressure is on. A grand finals berth is on the line here. This one's sent down, gonna be popped up there. Silver J, a booming touch. The Gorgons gonna be back for it. Reckless sends it down, gonna find a dunk, gonna find a 50 up in the midfield. Reckless trying to get up to it, but it's Silver J. It's gonna meet him on the match. Skinny Legend now up in the midfield, a little bit of a double commit. And the Gorgons, they're really trying to put on the pressure here. This Ace is dunked out, the ball floating, Div coming down, coming through into the back of the net.
Wow, I think Div may have had a little help with some bumping going on, but either way, Div getting that ball in one way or the other, throwing his caution to the wind, if you will, and Diffusion leading in this Game 6 on potential Grand Finals match point.
Yeah,
well, to the Grand Finals match point, I should say.
Yeah, they're gonna try to make it there. Let's do that Grand Finals, and this one sent in. Goes Bacon, gonna get it over the top of the defense. The Gorgons couldn't keep it out.
Yeah, and here we go again. A second goal in like 20 seconds here. Diffusion turning it up here. This is what they need to do if they want to keep the Gorgons at bay, because you don't want to let the Gorgons' momentum shift back into their favor. So here we are. Oh, what a save there by Ghost Bacon.
Oh. But not for long, as Yo Soy Reckless are going to come through. And Ace had a great redirect attempt here, and a Ghost Bacon with a better save. But Reckless, he's coming through, putting it in, and that's a great answer right there, Mallow. Able to find one and coming back there and bring themselves back within 1.
Oh yeah, that's a great job by the Gorgons. Now they need to do it one more time, get it tied up, get themselves a little less pressure, so you're not behind trying to catch back up here. But we'll see what they do here. Diffusion putting on the pressure, but Gorgons, they're taking it right back.
Gorgons trying to push this one in. They need a goal here. Skinny Legend trying to bump Ghost Bacon. Bacon able to get back to it, finds another touch. The ball's still here. Div, gotta be careful. Ace trying to drop it down for a teammate. Silver J gonna bang it a long way. Skinny Legend, he's trying to get back, but it's not in time. Silver J with the placement, and Diffusion back up by 2.
Oh man, I think I saw at least 2 Gorgons there with no boost at all. So I'm not sure if they're just strictly going for those big pads, but you got to start grabbing those small pads. Keep that rotation tight, so that way you can keep that offensive pressure. Otherwise, you're going to have a long rest of your game number 6 here.
Yeah, the Gorgons going to be caught out there, and now once again forced to try to come back in this one. This ball sent down. Div going to find a touch. It's out in the midfield though. He pushed to the corner, looking for another touch off the backboard. Gonna be a big shot here. Ace gonna beat the last defender there. Trying to stay with this ball. The ball up high. Ghost Bacon. Find a touch. Then rolls down. Skinny Legend. Taking up to the sky. Gonna try to beat out Div. Gonna do it there, but this one. Silver J with a great block. Able to get away. Ghost Bacon trying to fire it towards net. Ace. Gonna send it off to the side, but passing halfway. The Gorgons still find themselves down by 2 as Reckless fighting the bump. They're looking for more. Ace trying to get to it. He can't quite. As the Gorgons still on the attack. The ball coming up. Div is going to clear it away. As this one, a little bit dangerous. Coming off the backboard. Ace, oh, and Skinny Legend both going to double commit. That one could have been a big opportunity, but not going to go here. Mallow, as the Gorgons, they're really trying. They're pushing the limits, trying to find a goal here.
Yeah, they are, and sometimes you want to be careful on that because you might try to play hero a little too hard and then end up costing a goal, and then now you're definitely likely out of the running for it. Oh, what a pass there by Reckless, but Ace not there for it. But yeah, you just got to be careful there because you might overextend yourself and then you find yourself in a bigger deficit.
Yeah, that's very true. And right now, if you're the Gorgons, it's do or die. Your season is on the line right here. As we've got another Rule 1. It's Div and Reckless. And now you got Skinny Legend. You mentioned the mechanical player. Get him in this 2v2. Skinny Legend trying to make something happen. And of course, Forbidden Temple Game 6 gives us a 2v2 here. With this ball going the wrong way. Silver J gonna be denied. But the time is ticking now for the Gorgons. They gotta try to get this ball out. They gotta get it away. The ball dropping down, fired towards the net. It's gonna go in. Silver J, he may have found the dagger.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's over, but because it's still possible, but that is definitely a huge dagger that could potentially end this. We'll see what happens here. Gorgons need to answer fast, but oh, a little fake kickoff. Okay, Gorgons do a little kickoff strat here.
Yeah, they're trying to find something. Their season and their hopes all down to this. This ball is gonna go in, and wait a minute, folks. Hold your horses.
Oh man! All right, so that kickoff goal, that kickoff strat paid off there. Rocker Man, what a job there by Silver J trying to save it. But unfortunately, Ace was still there, and so Ace was able to just poke that in. So the Silver J got a little bit of his own medicine right back to him there.
Yeah, he did, and now the Gorgons still down by 2. Can they find something? Skinny Legend trying to make it happen here. The time is ticking away. 2 Diffusion members go. It's 2-on-1 actually. A pass across. Reckless, he can't quite get to it, but they're going to keep it on the attack here. 30 seconds remaining now. Gorgons got to get going. The ball in their Diffusion zone. Ghost Bacon, he's going to fire it towards the net, looking for the double. The ball dropping down. Here comes Div, looking to find the dagger. The Gorgons, they really got to get going. They need to score with time on the clock here. They don't got a lot of pressure going their way. Trying to find a 50. The ball going up. The time ticking away here. Back in their zone. The ball floating. And the 50 comes through. Can they get something? It's not going to be enough there, Mallow. And 1 seeds everywhere can rejoice. Nemesis history not quite made. Diffusion is going back to the finals.
Yeah. Not only all 1 seeds, but also Street Soul finally, seeing his first season as a GM here, getting his novice team into the grand finals. Congratulations to Street Soul and Diffusion here for getting a ticket to the grand finals. But Gorgons, I tell you what, they played their heart out. They did a fantastic job this entire season, and it was super fun to watch them. It was super fun to play them too. I had played them, I think, 1 time this season, not twice, but just 1 time this season, and it was fun playing with them and also against them, just like Diffusion. But Diffusion, they're number 1 seed for a reason, and they showed it right there.
Yeah, so 1 seed does make the grand finals there after all things are settled. But yeah, big congratulations to Diffusion. They played well, definitely made the most of their opportunities, and with their mechanics, able to win in 6. So a big shout out to them on taking that victory. And well, we've got 1 more match on the docket here in the semifinals. Before we get to the grand finals, we got to figure out who is going to be playing against this Diffusion team. We have got another Novice League matchup coming up on deck here, Mallow. It's another spicy one, Spitfires versus Pawns here coming up.
Oh yeah, it is, Rocker Man, and I'm gonna go ahead and go on a limb here and just go ahead and make a grand finals prediction. Whoever wins this upcoming game is winning the grand finals.
Oh, alrighty, well, fair enough. We'll have to see if Mallow is correct about that one. You guys are gonna have to tune in. We got one more match left in the season 11 semifinals. Spitfires versus Pawns. You guys do not want to miss it. Stick around, and we will see you guys in a few minutes.